Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Spotlight. My name is Francine Marquez.
And I am Kim Sancha. And yes, mga katibo, nanonood kayo ng Spotlight today. Kami muna ni Francine ang makakasama nyo ngayong afternoon.
So hello Dina Ventura
Yeah,
and
hello.
Jojo Silvestre. We're going to hijack the show first from you.
Yes.
Yes, and we will make sure that this episode will still be fun and inspiring for everybody. Especially today because in this episode, we are joined by an advocate of empowering men by addressing stigma on personal care and mental health. Very interesting, right, Kim?
Correct ka dyan, Francine is also the founder of Noah Solutions, a marketing expert and a public speaker, and currently the Chief Marketing Officer of Sam Holdings. Let us welcome Mr. Ralph Layco. Good afternoon.
Hey guys, good afternoon po. Francine, Kim, thank you very much for having me.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oo.
Live in Jensen po tayo, FYI.
Yes,
From Jensen.
yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi, oo. Oh, I'll shoot the first question, Ralph. How has it been for you since the pandemic began? Did you pick up a new hobby?
Yeah, a lot of hobbies that I've never imagined I would do. Like for example, I did cooking for 3 months and then eventually I was like everyday cooking until the third month when I got burned, I no longer did it. But thank God there's an air fryer, so I'm an air fryer enthusiast now. Basically, you just put food, you put you sprinkle seasonings on the food and you put it inside and there you go, you're an instant chef.
Bilis talaga.
Yeah, that's true. I do it every single day. I do fitness now before I don't have time for it.
Good.
And meditation. Mga ganong klaseng self-help, self-care, self-love. So, yeah, that's what hobbies I've been doing lately.
So good. At least parang self-growth, no? Yung evolution and growth within Ralph continued despite being quarantine or the pandemic.
Yes, because Miss Francine last year, I was really in bad shape. Like, kasi when the pandemic happened, I think everybody are in the same kind of situation. They were like surprised and then they were trying to find ways to survive. Kasi, for example, in our case, we had to close down a number of stores, more than 10 stores nationwide. And we also have to lose more than 40 of our staff. Money wasn't coming in. We have a lot of people in our payroll. And what do we do now? So that time, since I'm the founder, I have a CEO who is the manager. We're like borderline depressed, right? Like you don't know what to do until eventually, for me to be able to get out of that dark cloud, taking care of myself became like a step moving forward, a step, or maybe should I say a step going back closer to myself, so that I could address my needs first before I take care of others. And when I started doing that, things went better. And well, there are more dramatic episodes like most of us, but I think it really helped.
Okay, that's interesting to know, Ralph. So, can you give us a brief background, the start or how Noah Solutions started? And I believe there's a why. So, what's the why behind it? Can you explain to us?
Yeah, so basically, so continuing, we started another brand and it didn't work. Last November, I was down to my last 150,000 pesos. And I said, okay, what will we do with this capital? Sige, let me invest on a certain project that I feel is something I could do naturally because I've been developing products for the past 5 years. And I said, maybe let me address personal care. Skincare is one, but personal care is a different thing kasi it's really about the entire needs of a man. So we started we developed products, but first of all, they have to be effective. And then when we developed them, we started selling them. I didn't know it's gonna work, but I just finally kasi parang you have an empty slate, a blank canvas. What will you do with losing so much and now starting all over again from the bottom? And then we started selling in January, and then our first month of sales was around 200,000, and then the next month it became 1 million.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, people are responding. Maybe we should be serious with this. And then eventually, it grew, and now we're one of Lazada's top four. We're the top four personal care brand for men in Lazada, right after Unilever, P&G, and Nivea. And we're also one of the top movers in Shopee in the health and personal health and beauty. And I think the reason why is because yung story ng Noah talaga, Miss Francine, is my story, because I grew up being bullied. I had severe acne growing up. I was like, if in school there is a guy who is parang laging binubully because he looks different, he's a bit nerdy, I'm that guy. And then nangyari, eventually, I used that pain of being always left out, na I want to build the future where men actually are no longer being bullied. They have access to these really great solutions. But at the same time, we're a platform na napansin ko, yung mga brands na iba, when it comes to men, there are two things. Number one, they tell you to, if you buy our products, you will be guwapo so that you can get the girl or you can get the girl to bed. Diba? Like, laging magpapabango ka para madala mo sila sa bed. And I hate that kind of messaging because it's very delicado, because it might insinuate things and cause problems in the future. Second, men is an afterthought. Like, for example, when you buy a certain brand, it says blank men. Blank men, blank men. Sabi ko, bakit parang tayong parang special character lang tayo to this brand? And I said, well, men are very important. Like, we have our needs, and I think if you give us a proper platform, we'll be opening up ourselves to better taking care of ourselves. And I think this is a good way moving forward. And what happened is our customers actually resonated deeply with it by simply being myself. By simply being true and honest to them that we are here to change the way we do and market personal care. You can trust our products, and they love it. And it's a breath of fresh air. So, ayun ang haba ng story ako. Miss Francine and Kim.
It's
But
okay.
I have to ask you also, thank you for sharing the inspiration. Grabe ang journey pala ng personal care, no? But tell us, kasi you were in another business industry before you ventured into personal care. So how was the logistics? Paano nangyari na became, kasi amazing, no? First 150 capital, then 200, and then did you retain people, or kailan ba to? Were you in Jensen when you were doing Noah Solutions?
Yes, we were in Jensen. So when people say, bumalik ako sa probinsya, yung may mga excuses sila. Sabi ko, guys, I was stuck here in our house. Yung team ko is scattered. Our fulfillment center is in Pasig kasi we have a condo in Pasig and we turned it into a fulfillment center. People were packing there. We lost a lot of people, but then yung natira naming people are the ones talaga na we need. They were the ones we can trust talaga. And then it became like, kaya natin to, para everybody was in a journey to survive. So parang nangyari, eventually, we were able to get back some of our staff. We got new staff members or team players, and it eventually turned out really well. And
And then you promoted it through social media before you joined the shopping apps, or paano?
Yes, it's so when we started, we have talaga, kasi ngayon, Miss Francine and Kim, do you know that Gen Z, di ba we were talking about TikTok off the air?
Yes.
The TikTok generation, which is the Gen Z and the millennial, I know Miss Francine is still part of it, and Kim,
Tita
you're still
Lanyal.
part of it. Medyo palapit na akong we composed 70%, 75% of the Philippine market. That's a huge market, right? So which means the Philippine market is very young. So that also means you have to be where they are. And most of this generation has a phone with them. And that's why when most brands go to billboards and I know we really are strong on social media because they really want to connect to brands. And that's why when you buy from another brand, you buy but you cannot talk to the customer service, di ba? Like, bibili ka ng product, sino kakausapin ko kapag hindi nag-work? Sa amin, we have a strong customer service support. So should the product doesn't work for you, we will provide something back to you, or we'll replace your products, or we will do something really good. And that's why our products are not only one. We don't only have one great product, we also have a great customer service. And that changes the game when it comes to creating brands in this in this time.
Which brings us, Kim, you have a question?
Yeah, tama ka dyan. In connection dun sa sinabi mo,
Yes.
gusto namin malaman mo ano yun, current status of the male personal care industry and the male health market in the Philippines, diba? Aminin natin, meron pa rin parang discrimination kasi it's being like gayish if men are, medyo meticulous or something like that. So, paano mo na-convince that men should, have personal care as well?
I think, Kim, it's already there inside of us, wanting to take care of themselves. It's just the conversations and the perception and the stigma that goes into our society that stops us from actually doing that. And I think there's a certain line in a video I watched. How do brands succeed? And number one pala, it's not because you have a great team or you have a great idea. It is also because of great timing. Right now, we have a generation that is always normalizing things and also canceling things. And they do it also for the right reasons most of the time. And I think now we're trying to normalize things that should have been normalized years ago, like normalizing self-care, normalizing men using
Toner,
body wash or
Whiteners.
facial wash or skincare. Ano ba
Moisturizer.
ina-normalize natin, Kim? Let's normalize taking care of ourselves at day off. Before, walang ganung day off. Diba?
Exactly.
So parang this time, people are open and are trying to crash mindsets that are no longer working. And I think it came to our advantage na kami din, we're normalizing something and we're also canceling something. Let's cancel machismo and having men as the, not crying. Like, we normalize men. And I know that there will be opinions. But once kasi you have a clear conviction as a brand, the right people will believe you and the wrong people will go away from you. But if you have the right people, they're all you ever need. Those are the customers you actually need. So don't be scared telling people what you think is the right thing. You might let go of some people, but most importantly, you gain the right people.
Wow, great business insight. That's a great business insight, actually. At saka, the psychology of your consumers also. Pero speaking of psychology and people, aside from breaking that stigma of personal care, di ba, you're also an advocate of mental health for men.
Yes.
What's the relationship? What's the connection?
Exactly.
Yeah, so ngayon kasi when you're building a brand, kahit we're still 10 months in the industry, from having a product na nung ginawa namin, tapos nung telling everybody, hey, we're here, we're Noah Solutions, until eventually people understanding and supporting us and believing in us. Mental health for me is a direction we wanted to go forward to. In next year, in 2022, I'll be going back to Manila. My team is in Manila. I have teams both in Manila and Jensen, together with my sister who is a CEO, who is a CEO. We are planning to create, so next year we're going to have custom skincare where you can actually ask an expert and they will provide you with good solutions or give you a program, and using Noah products and also the right products. So may personalization na, dati walang ganun eh. Dati you actually talk to a sales clerk, but this one is more informed. eventually in 5 years, sabi ko, I really also want, 3 to 5 years, we also want to address mental health. Kasi no one is doing it. And that I think what's make Noah different is because what we're doing is other brands are not doing. So why not do it? And because I suffered mental health problems last year, I actually couldn't sleep for weeks, and I was so overweight, and I looked so bad. I really, I was in a downhole. I was spiraling down, and eventually I was able to recover because of mental health practices like having someone to talk to, being able to breathe and stuff. And these are, there's a lot of people out there who need support. And sabi ko, eventually, Noah will be doing that. And we've been telling people, and that's why people are supporting us, is because we tell them, this is our plans, this is our vision. Can you help us so that we can do this in the future? And you know what? Rather than being a perfect brand, we're an imperfect brand that has dreams, and they want to support brands that has dreams and has good intentions. And I think that's the reason why people are so supportive of the brand, because of that kind of direction.
Uh, Ralph, with that kind of advocacy,
Mhm.
are you able to maybe draw out what sort of market you have already? Like the profile of the men who are,
Demographics.
yes, the
like,
demographics who are into Noah Solutions.
maybe like ages or something.
But it's quite interesting, and
Yes.
the market profile, generally.
Yeah, so kasi I think when you're an entrepreneur and you want to build a brand, you don't want to build a brand that is alien of you. It should be so natural for you. You're just basically, for example, I'm a 32-year-old guy. I know a problem of a 32-year-old guy. So I'm mostly going to talk to people who are in my same age or are in this age range. And because I understand Gen Z, because Millennial and Gen Z are like cousins, diba? I know who they are as well, and I know how crazy they could be, how they would love to use social media too much overnight, like 5 hours a night. So basically, I communicate, and we sell to people we're comfortable to sell to. We know them and we understand them, and I think if it's very natural for you as a brand builder, it is very effortless how you want to talk to them. It's like talking to a friend or talking to a barkada or talking to a younger brother. So when people are asking me, how do you profile your customers, like I speak from my own experience first and my own worldview, and I start there. I don't want okay, who are the customer profiles you're targeting? I'm going to target to women who are already in their 40s. And I don't know exactly who they are or how they talk, diba? So, yun, that's how we do it, Francine and Kim. Like, from my own point of view, millennials and Gen Z talaga are the way to go because it's most comfortable for me.
Yeah. So, paano yung language? Like, dude, bili ka nito. Is it something like that? Bro, buy this.
Yeah, so if you can see, actually, I have here our box. So, ano kasi siya, alam mo, Francine and Kim, I'm gonna send over a box so that you can see how it
Wow,
is.
thank you.
Yeah.
Gusto ko yan.
I've heard of the serum, but later we'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
I want to use serum. Sorry, I'm not gonna mention the brand, but I'll try that. I promise.
You should. Okay, so
Wait.
the thing about
Mamaya na
Noah
tayo mag-unbox. Mamaya tayo mag-unbox.
Yeah, pwede mamaya
Parang,
na tayo mag-unbox.
Kasi parang na-excite kami.
Yes.
Nag-glow yung mga happy horror. Kasi,
you can see here. Can you read it?
Oh, that's nice.
Dude, I read you, dude.
Anyway, we are actually very interested in knowing you more, but for now, we'll take a short break. Spotlight will be back after these messages.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelevelo, Comfy Manalo, Atty. Lia Badillo Crisostomo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Jerk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Simulan natin ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments ng aming programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magkita-kita po tayo mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga at magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising Na!
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm still Francine and this is still Kim. And we're the beautiful people for now. But still with us is the founder of Noah Solutions, Ralph Layco. And now, hello Ralph, welcome back.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, and we'd like to ask you naman this time, how can men address that, your advice to men out there who are facing the stigma and don't know how to address it. And maybe this is where the products can also come in.
Yeah, interesado kami dyan.
Gusto ko yung segue natin sa products after.
Sige.
Kami din, gusto namin yan. Go.
Okay, so guys, ito yan. I think there's a latent, others when they build the brand out of excitement and enthusiasm. For me, what worked for me really well is I built the brand out of pain. Kasi we could build a brand we're excited about, or we could build a brand that can solve someone's pain because you actually felt it as well. So when I was young, as I told you already, Francine and Kim, I was so heavily bullied. I actually was crying in in the CR. I was always parang ostracized in the group. Sabi ko, sana one day mawala tong pimples ko. Sana one day hindi na ako binubuli. And I just want to tell everybody that kind of feeling when I was younger didn't leave me, but it actually transformed into something very powerful. And that is an eagerness or a desire to stop this thing from happening. That's why we built Noah Solutions. And Noah Solutions is to not only change the conversations and the stigma around acne or hair loss or mental health. Our goal as well really is to also stop people from bullying and teach men to be kinder. So yung nangyari sa akin dati, transform ko into something good. So that is something I suggest people when you, to our viewers, na kapag meron kayong pinagdaanan before, use those tears and those heartaches into art. And that could be a negosyo. So naging negosyo ko yung aking pinagdaanan dati. So that's it basically. And to segue, ito yun. Ito yung nagsimula lang siya sa 3 products. We have like 3-step routine kasi guys don't know where to start. Grabe, if you go to Lazada and Shopee, people love the product so much. We're so happy because we developed it with them. Like what they didn't like, we improved until parang sobrang it works and we're very thankful. So we have here those 3 products. It's called the starter pack. So if you buy from us, dati bumibili ka sa mall. Ngayon, customized na siya sa gusto mo. Diba? When you go to the mall, pipili ka, maraming choices. Dito, ipapadala namin sa bahay mo kung anong binili mo. So, kompleto siya. So meron kaming ganito, 3 steps. Meron na kami pomade. So for people who wants to have a more pomaded look, oh my God, Kim, you're gonna love it kasi it works for the hair so well. If you want a classic look.
Siyempre.
Tapos papadalahan ko kayo dyan. And another one, we have now a scent. Like, kasi sabi ko, bakit yung mga pabango natin, pag bibili tayo ng mga tag 400, ang bilis mawala. Like, isang ganyan lang, pag lakad mo, pag mamaya in an hour, nawala na.
Totoo.
Diba, kahit anong American crush, lumalapit-lapit ka, sana maamoy niya yung pabango mo, nawawala. Actually, it's from a personal experience as well.
True.
Na-experience ko din naman yan.
Usually, ako, personal sharing, just a confession, I prefer men's scent. Kasi, minsan kasi yung female scent, masyadong malakas yung amoy, super floral, super pero yung men, maganda yung, may maraming perfume for men na mas masarap. Subtle lang yung,
I don't know, not because
suabe.
I'm gay or that I like men, pero totoo naman, iba yung pabango ng lalaki. I think maraming katribo and mga viewers ang iba yung pabango ng lalaki.
Subtle, di ba?
Iba siya,
promise. So ano ba yung what's in your perfume?
So what we have here is our perfume, right? It's very simple, very portable. Pero once you use it, you spray it, it stays with you 4 hours, like around ginamit ng tanghali until 6 p.m. na amoy siya. It's very fresh apples, and
fresh.
With hints of pine and more. So parang sa mga customers namin, kahit laundry daw, nasa laundry din nila, andun pa din yung amoy. So kung gusto mo yung amoy na pag alis mo ay naamoy ka, or pag naiwan yung amoy,
iiwan ang amoy.
Actually, gusto ko, hindi siya, kasi usually when you say men's scent, it's musky, super musky. Pero ito may apple with a little bit of pine.
That's
Sounds
true,
fresh.
that's true. Actually, that's why Miss Francine, nag-enjoy ako kasi parang wala kaming template na ginagaya. So kailangan, lalaki tayo dapat para sa pogi.
Okay.
Color blue.
Yes,
diba?
yes.
Tapos parang ikaw, lalaki ako, pero hindi naman ako sobrang lalaki na parang kailangan laging may muscles, di ba? There are guys who are thin and loving it. There are guys who are feminine and are straight. But there are also people who are gay, and that's great because they're still our brothers.
Yes.
Maging naman.
Diba? So like, why I want to be a brand, talagang ito. Nagkagalaman ba ako, Miss Francine and Kim?
Marami. Actually, you will love it.
We got you.
Ayan.
We got you.
Like, stop the discrimination. We're all human beings. And Noah is so refreshing to our customers because they feel, I don't have to hate.
Okay. Ang galing, no? Noah yung name. So if you're going to connect to to the Bible, Noah is the savior, right? The supply. So ikaw, savior ka ng personal care for mental and mental health.
If we go back to that arc, it's all inclusive, di ba?
Exactly.
Lahat ng klaseng hayop nandun. So parang Noah Solutions din to, di ba? Inclusive, diverse.
Tama. So siyempre, we all know that a lot of business wants to grow and expand, right? So, how would you like to innovate Noah Solutions?
How to grow it?
Yeah.
Yes, how
expand
to
or innovate.
Maybe the product innovations plus how to grow
May
the
upcoming ka pang products or like a launch?
Sobrang daming lalabas next year na mga pasabog. Miss Francine and Kim. And talagang tinitease namin yung mga customers. And yung mga customers like, guys, stop it. Ang dami na excite na kami. Bakit kayo mag-tease na hindi nyo pa nilalabas? Kasi sa amin, so hindi ko may gumagamit. We don't want to be about skincare alone. We want to be like men care. So nangyayari ngayon, Francine and Kim, in the first quarter of next year, we're releasing our sunblock. Okay. Men uses sunblock as well. They should because if we don't, we'll age more.
Tama.
Faster. Diba? And ours is a mattifying one from using Japanese technology. And talagang 10 months na namin siya dine-develop. So, hindi pa namin siya nil-launch kasi we don't launch products we don't believe in. It should work. Like, stop selling things because kailangan mo lang ibenta. That's why the customers love it kasi, sige, they're doing their job. They want to make it sure down that the formula is correct. So, we have sunblock coming out. We have body wash coming out. I grew up with body acne and men go through body acne. Even women We're rolling out that one too next year. We're also going to work on nutrition. So next year, we're going to have
Galing.
supplements for sexual health.
Oh.
So, okay, so, is this the place where I'm going to confess? There are times.
So it's just the three of us.
Yes. No one is
Just
hearing us.
No one's watching.
No, go right ahead.
There are times, di ba, na as adults, like, you're available, it works, everything, every part of your body works, and sometimes some parts of your body doesn't work. And sometimes that's disappointing. Kasi, di ba, you wanna be, you wanna be able to fully express yourself. Sobrang safe ng answers ko.
Tama.
Friends.
And we appreciate that.
Oo, kasi nandyan yung MTRCB. No, kidding. But then kasi, did you know that 6 out of 10 men, this is a fact, 6 out of 10 men actually go through erectile dysfunction.
I see.
Okay, which means if there's 6 of us, 10 of us here naglalaki, there's 6 of us who go through this kind of episodes. And it's sad because some of them are married and they could not perform. Some of them has partners, they could not perform. And I really feel that who's answering this problem? This is a problem. Like, this is a problem between wife and a husband and partners and people. Like, why can't we solve this problem? And now we're currently working with chemists, with FDA, LTO, and kami then we have an LTO for FDA for that as well. We've been working this out for the past months because we want to solve this because, again, kinahiya natin yung kapag, hindi nag-work sa'yo or you could not function, and sometimes we keep it to ourselves. Sabi ko, I want to build the future where people do not fear taking care of themselves. You know, and they can actually discuss it as if it's not something to be ashamed about, because at the end of the day, that doesn't define you. So here we go, we're solving this, and next year we're launching it. And then in next year as well, we are doing same-day deliveries for our customers in Metro Manila because sobrang dami who wants to have it at the same day. And finally, we're also planning to open a store in Manila so that they can actually go and experience Noah in a multi-sensory level. So now, what was an idea during the pandemic eventually became, because we want to solve problems, hindi kami walang katapusan na parang pwede namin kayong tulungan. And now, ayun, natutuwa lang kami, Francine and French. So many things to do for our customers.
Wow, di ba?
Kaya nga Noah Solutions.
Oo, and you mga katribo, you heard it first here in Spotlight, di ba?
Yes, first time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oo, breaking news yan, no?
Yes.
At saka, mga katribo, so bago kayo mag-Siargao at saka mag-Boracay next year, remember muna yung mga sunblock and everything with Noah Solutions na, the body acne. Option na din yung nutritional supplements.
Tama. Pag bumalik siya, pag nilaunch na yun.
Kaya nga, pang summer, di ba, Siargao?
Summer, tama.
Bago niya ipakita yung
Sakto yung SPF mo, right? So,
bago kayo maglalantad.
Akala ko yung iba.
Kasi, parang bago kayo maglantad ng mga katawan nyo sa beach, surfer dudes.
But, get kita dun sa mattifying na sinasabi mo, I am aware of that. So, I'm kind of excited to see that.
Yes,
Chika,
definitely.
Yeah, so I was also going to ask, we talked about the product, we already talked about your plans, pero what about the staff itself? What kind of training does Noah Solutions go? And how are you able to reach and inspire your clients through your products?
Right. So here po, I'm going to show to you. I'm here in the other office.
Okay.
In my other office, that's the other side. Let me see if you guys can. There. Can you see parang a neon sign at the other side?
Yes.
Okay.
The blue and red, tama ba?
Actually says here. And then po kasi yung CS team, ako nasa kabila, ako by myself here. Marketing office kasi dito sa side ko. Sa kabila, is my CS team. Nakalagay dyan, do the right thing all the time.
Okay.
That's for my customer service team. So, the reason why nakalagay yun na do the right thing all the time and it's lit na not na parang principal na naglagay dyan, but it's cool to do the right thing. It's
Yeah.
because when you ask, di ba, Miss Francine, you said, how do you train your staff to be ready for this? First of all, we do trainings with our team on how to, before we launch the products, they know the product that we actually sell, and they actually use the product as well. And also, they're very educated when the customers ask about our products. Kasi one thing, Miss Francine, people, when you're a business, para siyang puros about benta. Sabi ko, I want na parang when our customers reach out to us, we're not there to sell to them, but we're here as a friend if you have questions, and we're not here to sell. Like, di ba may magtawag sa'yo, parang bebentahan ka, but lahat na lang about business benta. Like, I wanna buy from a brand na who doesn't see me as a walking 100 peso peso bill, di ba? So they're trained for great customer service, and I told them that great customer service is not asking for money and asking for a sale. Great customer service is taking care of them, and because the customers are being taken care of, they feel loved, they will buy from us. And I think that's the reason why the growth of Noah became so fast. Like currently, we have more than 20,000 customers in our database in just 10 months. And they buy, at least ngayon, they buy mga 10 times ever since they started using us. And nakakatuwa if that is our way of building businesses. You're here to serve and not to sell.
Grabe, solid sa passion, ah.
Tama.
So inspiring.
Tama.
Thank you.
And I heard that, apart from, part ka ng Noah Solution, consultant ka din daw ng DOT sa inyong region. So, ano ba yan? Lahat na ba itong ginagawa mo? Balitaan mo naman kayo.
Multitasker pala to si Ralph.
Pero in fairness naman, connect.
Oo.
Diba? So, yan. So, yeah. Why? Why DOT? Anong ginagawa mo? So, go.
Yes, Francine and Kim, kung makita mo ako, I woke up around 4 a.m. this morning, and ako, I don't try to over communicate the idea of hustling, but I'm really just passionate kasi things are they're doing well, and I just want to share my talents. I've been doing DOT work for the past years, like DOT Metro Manila for one of your campaigns there. In DOT Soxergen, I helped rename our region from Soxergen, change ko yung name with their permission to Sox, yung one of the biggest beach festivals here in Sarangani, from Sarangani Bay Fest. I changed it to Sarbay. I wanted things to be cooler, to be resonating the customers. Today, when I said I woke up early, it's because we're actually building a beach, bay overview, para siyang stopover before you go to the beaches. Here, kasi we have beautiful beaches 1 hour away from us, white sand. There's hundreds of people or thousands of people coming there, but there's no stopover. And I felt na before I sell the tourism of the region, sabi ko, why not actually promote the region through also my own initiative. Kasi sabi ko, gusto ko ng world class. Gusto ko yung nakikita ko sa Singapore at saka sa Seattle, sa abroad. Dalhin natin sa Pilipinas, pagandahin natin kasi, it can. And people love seeing things that are new and beautiful. And ngayon, we're doing it. This is my 5th meeting. Sabi ko, I will not miss this meeting with Francine and Kim.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Meetings this morning.
Yeah.
Mga upuan, mga ratan na upuan, prepare na namin for an opening next month.
Oh my God. Call us.
Yeah, call us.
Yeah, so I
You
was
can
going
call
to ask
also.
you, kasi we're all in revenge travel mode, kaya swak na swak na yung Noah Solutions, diba?
Tama.
Siyempre, medyo konting gwapo
Saka
dyan.
niluwagan na rin yung travel restrictions. So,
oo.
pwede ka na dyan, right?
Tsaka so, but I was going to ask, ano ba yung mga activities na pwedeng gawin dyan sa SOX?
Yeah.
Kasi people are,
Yes.
most of the feeds that I'm seeing right now, they're in Boracay, they're in La Union, they're in Siargao. What can you do
Aurora.
there? Meron bang mga surfing culture din dyan or what?
It's we don't have. I was in Siargao a month ago, and
diba?
I'm so in love with the place.
Okay, yeah.
I was there for 10 days.
Wow.
By myself. And sobra akong, ang ganda ng Siargao. It's a must visit. Here in Sarangani or here in Sox, we offer something different. And this is for people who actually wants to experience what others haven't experienced yet. And if you're that type of traveler who wants to go off to the beaten path, then go here to Sox because we have culture. Sobrang heavy on culture. We have here people who are lumads or people already here for hundreds of years, and they have still very visible culture. You can dance with them, you can interact with them, you can weave with them. And then, so there's also like a Lake Cebu. So there's like a lake there, and you can have them be with you. They will sagwan the way to this beautiful lake. And also, if you want another version of our beaches here, we don't have a surfing activity here because there's no waves. Actually, in that project that I've been telling you about, in front nun is my bay view. It's beautiful. It's like cove na blue ocean. And the problem is, walang waves. So basically, it's just calm waters. And there are people who love calm waters. So if you love calm waters and bathing under the sun and wanting to also experience white sand in a place that is not Boracay, not Siargao, then this is the place you have to go. I highly recommend this.
Nakaka-excite, no?
Halika na, punta na tayo.
Gina kami ni Kim dyan. Makikijam kami doon sa mga lumads, tapos chill-chill lang kami, di ba?
Yes!
Chill-chill lang tayo, Kim.
Medyo sad kasi talagang they need tourism people who are the stakeholders, yung mga actual people who are in tourism here, yung mga mga tibolis, they really need us right now. Wala sila masyadong livelihood. So, I think that's something people can visit and check.
Wow. Dami pa natin papag-usapan. But we'll take another break for now and we return. We will play a game. Spotlight will be back. Stay with us.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage. Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Welcome back to Spotlight. For this segment, we have what we call Would You Rather, which is a game that poses a dilemma in the form of a question beginning with, would you rather? Handa ka na ba, Ralph?
OMG! Hi, guys!
Gigisingin ka na namin. Okay.
First question, Kim.
Yeah. Would you rather read books or watch movies?
Watch movies. Yung totoo, watch movies.
Okay.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Would you rather spend holidays at home or elsewhere?
Holidays elsewhere.
Okay. Would you rather have wings to fly or fins to explore under the sea?
Wings to fly.
Okay. Ako din, gusto ko yun. Siyempre, no? Superman. No? Would you rather go around... Sorry. Would you rather go around the Philippines or abroad, if not pandemic?
Abroad, actually. Yes. Honestly, but because I've already been to a lot of places in the country, abroad. Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be a piece of art or a best-selling novel?
A piece of art.
Okay.
That you will enjoy over wine.
At bilang panghuli, would you rather go hiking or swimming?
Swimming.
Okay. Thank you for being such a
Oo.
sport, Ralph, ha? Now, what is your message to our viewers or to our katribos?
Oo.
Yes. First of all, thank you, Daily Tribune, for having me. Francine and Kim, you guys are so great. You're so warm. Thank you very much for having me. My message to our viewers is do not be afraid to act on your ideas because it might work. Always kasi we've been thinking that people might not like or buy into what we do. But I think especially during this pandemic times, it desperately need new innovations and new ideas. And it should come from people who thinks differently. So you might be the person who think differently, who doesn't give the new products or who doesn't give out the same ideas. Like when I started Noah, this was just coming really, sabi ko, I don't want to follow the rules when it comes to promoting personal care brand for men. I want to be authentic. And then, akala ko hindi mag-work kasi we're very strong, diba, to what we believe in. And it did. And then right now, we have a new project here for tourism and I'm scared baka hindi siya mag-work. But then kasi I always believe that the fortune favors the brave. So if you just become braver enough to realize that God wants you to be His partner in making things happen for people to have better lives, then why not partner with Him? So that's it. Thank you very much, guys, for having me.
Oo, wow.
Very well
Grabe,
said.
daming mga
Insight.
insights. Marami kaming take home ngayon ng mga wisdom
Yes.
from Ralph.
And tips too.
Yes. Thank you for joining us, Ralph, and for sharing your story with us. We'd love to see you again in our other episodes.
Yes.
Diba? Hindi pa to huli. Marami pang looking forward to more Noah Solutions and
Tama.
Gen Sox events.
So, watch Spotlight live every Thursday at 2 p.m. on Daily Tribune's official Facebook page and on Tribune Now on YouTube for the replay of the latest edition.
I'm Francine Marquez.
And I'm Kim Sancha.
And this has been Spotlight.